after that and started taking perimeter shots, not much traffic. What was your thought?
Well, I mean, I think if we're getting discouraged after 10 minutes, then we're in a lot of trouble. I don't think we had 19 shots in the first period, and I don't think there was more than 1 or 2 tough ones at all. Everything was perimeter. From the bench, you could see him catching everything in his pads. There was no traffic in front, and I mean, it's something we really dwelled on before the game. We dwelled on that, and when it gets to a point where everybody wants to be the scorer, but nobody wants to be the mucker, you're not going to do anything, and that's everybody's waiting. And when you put a skilled lineup together, and I think we've got a fairly skilled lineup, but nobody wants to do the grunt work, and until we get that happening, we're not going to score a lot of goals.
I know Mike Green got a power play goal, but it seemed like in the first 4 power plays, there wasn't a whole lot of movement. Like you said, there weren't a whole lot of screen shots, but it seemed like there was just guys standing there waiting for something to happen or waiting for the perfect pass.
Well, they were waiting. Everybody's waiting for somebody else to do the work. They want to do the finish. You know, it seems like to get the glory or whatever the deal is. But I mean, I could throw some great stats at you, but I won't. But our power play is just not operating at the efficiency it was operating at 2 weeks ago, and you can draw your own conclusions from that.
What do you do to turn it around? Do you take ice time away?
We move it around. We change it around, and you know, let the guys know that why it's not working. Which we have power play meetings every day, every single game day. We have film on the power play about the team we're playing, and so they know what we do, and when we do it, we're successful 100% of the time. And when we're on our own page, we're not successful.
Maybe overlook this team a little bit. There's 17 spots behind you in the standings. You got Pittsburgh waiting for you.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for the players. I mean, we didn't overlook them. The coaching staff worked really hard to prepare for this game, and there's lots of times we'll all take a lot of the blame, but everything we said that was going to happen happened. If we didn't watch out, we didn't watch out, and that's the case tonight. So, I mean, it's just it wasn't a good game.
Is there effort missing on defense tonight?
On defense? I don't know if effort is the word. So, I mean, I thought John Erskine competed really hard.
Well, maybe the forwards not playing defense.
Well, then that comes right in with waiting for something to happen. And I mean, when we didn't have the puck, instead of being pressure defense, which we talk about all the time, we're waiting. Somebody else will do it. Get the puck up to me, and I'll go score. But I'm not going to worry about doing too much checking. And when that happens, you're not going to win.
Any similarities with you had a 3-game losing streak on the West Coast trip. That was obviously a tough trip against some good teams. But the problems you see the last couple days, are there any
no similarities whatsoever? I mean, the 3-2 game in Anaheim or in LA was right after a big win in Anaheim, and Mike Green had just gotten hurt, and their goalie was very good. The 7-2 game, nobody's beaten San Jose in San Jose, and I thought we had a really good first period there, but I didn't think our goaltending was very good. The 4-3 game in Minnesota, I thought we battled back right to the end despite losing 2 players during the game and being at the end of the road trip. Here, we're rested again at home versus Columbus. We're, only the 2nd game in 2 nights in Montreal, and now we're rested again. So there's no similarities. On paper, our lineup is much stronger now than it's been since the November time when we went out west. So I can't see any similarities in that.
Well, is there some connection there? Influx of skilled veterans coming back and young, hungry guys going back? I mean, is there any?
I don't know. I mean, I'll try to figure it out. But I mean, a lot of teams in the NHL seem to be winning an awful lot of games with guys being called up. And it seems when you call guys up, they do what you ask them to do, and verbatim, and they don't get away from it. And sometimes here, players come in and they say, well, I know we're supposed to do it this way, but boy, I like to do it this way. And consequently, you don't have the success you had when you had the guys working hard.
Ovechkin said that his line wasn't very good. Is that what precipitated the change?
Well, they weren't very good. You know, I mean, when your best players aren't your best players, you know, you're in trouble. And I mean, it's one thing not being very good, but we count on those guys. I mean, they're the ones that get the bulk of the ice time. I mean, I don't know what Alex got today, but I bet you it was 25 minutes or thereabouts. And those guys get the bulk of the ice time because they're the best players. They have to play like the best players. I think, you know, Alex, what's he got, 1 point in the last 4 games? And that's an assist off Nylander's foot. So, I mean, he's the best player in the world. He's just got to, you know, maybe he's having a little downturn where he's got to play like the best player in the world.
What about Backstrom for the moment?
Pardon me?
Paul Backstrom, could you?
Nick Backstrom?
Yeah.
You know, he's in a little downturn too. I mean, he hasn't done much in his last 3 games. I mean, you don't expect him to go great for 80 games, but you don't expect your best players to all go at the same time. And for us to be successful, we need our best players playing good all the time, or as much as possible.
Are players getting distracted with the All-Star game, the Super Skills competition, the Pittsburgh game, Crosby, Malkin?
Well, I don't know about the Super Skills competition.
I was just saying because today Ovechkin was named, and I was just wondering if they're getting...
I haven't even heard of that, so I have no idea. The whole All-Star game thing, if it was a distraction, it should have been for about a minute, you know? And I would think that it wouldn't be a distraction because these guys are professionals. And so that shouldn't have any bearing on what's happening. If they're worried about the Pittsburgh game, I mean, I think that's more hype by the media than it is by the players. I mean, well, nobody's mentioned a word to me about Pittsburgh. We're talking about Edmonton, and we'll talk about Pittsburgh tomorrow.
With the 3-game losing streak, is it a tough spot for you guys to be in to play a game tomorrow, or do you look forward to the fact that you can kind of deal with this losing streak right away?
Oh, I'd like, it's double-edged. I'd like to play right away, and at the same time, I'd like to have they're lucky they don't have a practice tomorrow.
Any more questions for Bruce?
Bruce, was the score an accurate reflection of the way Theodore played?
What, 4-2? Like, I mean, it was 5-2. You can't cut that.
Four goals.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by an accurate description.
Well, how do you think he played?
He played like the rest of us. He wasn't as good as he could be, but I don't know if there was anything he could do. He didn't see the first one. The third one was a pretty nice breakaway move. The fourth one went off one of our guys. I forget how the second one went in right now. Pardon me?
Second one was a rebound.
Yeah, rebound right in front. The defenseman should have moved the guy out. So I mean, I'm sure that in different situations you might have done the same thing and stopped all 3 out of the 4. But at the same time, I can't fault him personally on any of the goals.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.